Today, we're going to be talking about science safety. When participating in a science investigation, always listen to your teacher's instructions. If you don't, you could possibly get hurt. Make sure you have the proper safety equipment for the lab activity. Now, this kid right here is working with liquids that could splash up into his eyes, so he's wearing safety goggles. Good idea. Goggles, a lab apron, and gloves are important pieces of safety equipment. Your investigation may involve working with chemicals, glass, or heat. Goggles protect your eyes, gloves protect your hands, and an apron protects your skin or clothing. Now, we wouldn't want your parents to be mad because you ruined your shirt. So if we're working with something that could stain your clothes, we'll wear an apron. Okay, the lab will have other safety equipment in case of an emergency. You should know where the first aid kit, the fire extinguisher, fire blanket, and eye wash station are located. Now, in fifth grade, we're not going to be working with open flames in class because the fire marshal doesn't like that very much. We could accidentally burn down the school. So this really isn't going to come up here, but we do have a fire blanket in the room. I don't have a fire extinguisher, and I don't have an eye wash station. You're going to have an eye wash station when you get to middle school. So, because you'll be working with chemicals that could possibly hurt you there. Always alert your teacher if there's any kind of accident, such as a fire, broken glass, spills, or injuries. I know you would like to clean it up and just be done with it, but just tell me and I'll pick up the broken glass or whatever it is, because you could hurt yourself while picking it up. The teacher may ask you to get the first aid kit. It contains basic medical equipment such as bandages. Where is your first aid kit located? It's located in the desk in the front of the room. I'll show you exactly where that is. A fire blanket is used to smother flames or to protect a person trying to escape from fire. Like I said, this isn't going to be a big issue here. And it's made out of a fire-resistant material, which means it doesn't catch fire very easily. If your clothing catches fire, remember, stop, drop, and roll. I don't think anybody's going to be catching fire this year, so I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, a fire extinguisher is used to put out flames. Bet you already knew that. Where is your fire extinguisher located? Like I said, we don't have one in the room. Some labs have an eye wash station, which is used to flush chemicals out of your eyes. We're not going to be working with chemicals that could be that harmful to you this year, but I will have water in the room, so we could flush out your eyes if we needed to do that. In middle school and high school, you're going to have one of these in your lab. Before starting your lab, study all the procedures. A procedure is a list of instructions. If you have any questions, remember to ask your teacher. And remember to follow the procedures in order. Don't start with number 5 and go backwards, because whatever we're doing won't work if you do it like that, and you could possibly hurt yourself. Always dispose of chemicals and hazardous materials properly. We're not going to be working with a whole lot of hazardous materials, but if we did, we would dispose of them properly. Hazardous means harmful. Report any spills to your teacher immediately. Immediately means right then. Report broken glass to your teacher immediately. And don't try to pick it up because you could hurt yourself. Keep your work area clean, because if you don't, you could knock something over, break it, then you'd possibly get in trouble. Allow for plenty of space to work and make lab notes. Never eat or drink anything while in the science lab. Now, we may be working with like sugar cubes or something, which you're thinking, hey, I bet that tastes good. But you need to think about the fact that all the other classes before you have used these sugar cubes and been holding them. They've probably dropped them on the floor or whatever. So you don't know where any of this stuff has been. It may be harmful to your health. So remember, don't eat anything in the science lab. Or if you see a glass of something that looks like water in the science lab, might not be water, might be some other clear liquid that could hurt you. So never eat or drink science, period. It's important to follow your teacher's instructions in order to stay safe during a science lab activity, or you could actually be hurt. Hazardous means, remember, it means it could hurt you. Uh, we wear goggles, and they're important because if we're working with something that could splash up into your eyes, could hurt your eyes, or even if we're working with sand, the